Well, welcome, my old house fans. You're looking at the front door of the house, and on the left and on the right of the door I have experimented with some paint colors and have decided on the paint color to the upper right. And it's a cream color, should be fine for the house, goes with the color on the pole building. And you also notice that I have a storm door on the front door. And this storm door was originally around the side at the end of the porch going into the dining room, and I saved that door. The door proper got trashed, but the storm door has this insert, and this insert has 3 panes of glass at the front. This is a wintertime insert, and you can see that I have etched my street address using my sandblaster into the glass, each digit on each pane. So later on I have to build a summer insert, which would best be a screen, and then I may put the house numbers on the glass that's in the front door proper. This front door storm, or this storm door, 2 inches narrower than the 2 inches narrower than the original front door, so I had to extend the jambs on each side inward and at the top in order to accommodate the width of the storm door. As I say, the storm is 2 inches narrower than the front door. And I've got the camera in my right hand. I'm going to see if I can open up the door with my left hand, and so I've been able to do a little work. I'm going to extend the door closer stop here, and so now you can see what I've got done. I've scraped and sanded the front door, and it will get painted a safety yellow, sort of as a whimsical touch to the house. And as I say, eventually these 3 panes of glass here on the original, or on the front door, again, I'm not sure if it's original because it's not the right style for 1903. But when somebody was working on this front door in the past, they actually used an electric sander, and they sanded the glass. So the glass has marks that are defects, dings to the glass. So eventually I've got to remove that glass and put in new glass. But because I made the door, I had to make the jambs a little bit narrower. There's a little overhang here at the front door. So this is the extension here on the jamb to accommodate the narrower storm. This is a stop molding for the front door, and it's been primed, and I might have to do another bit of priming on it before I do the final paint. I'm going to do again the front door in yellow, and the storm door I'll do in white, as you see it here. The mortise lock with the modern cylinder, I've taken it apart once, but just to accommodate scraping and painting the door. So, but I'll take that apart again and lubricate it and adjust it properly and get it going. But the door closer works on the front door, the latch works on the storm door, and again, this is an insert which was typical of the time. So this is the winter insert with the digits sandblasted on the glass, and I have to make a summer insert, which is essentially just a screen that goes in. And those holes there are the insert for a screwdriver that in turn rotates a lever that locks the insert in place. So it's nice to have it restored, and it's nice that it's original. And again, it's been primed and painted, or rather it's been primed on the outside. The inside I do have 1 coat of paint on the storm door, but again, the front door and all the jambs and such are just right now are just in primer. But I'm going to close this again. I'm going to close it, and as you can see, the door closer works. And before the winter, I'll do weather stripping around the edge of the storm door so that it's fairly weather tight. And I haven't adjusted the closing cylinder on this thing yet, but I will. But again, as you can see, I think it came out okay, and it gives me a nice renewed entrance to the front of the house. And again, one of the things that will be done with the paint is that all of the windows will be trimmed, or all the trim will be refinished, and the windows themselves will get restored. And I'm going to make storm windows for the opening. And you see on this opening, this is the largest of the windows in the house. It's got an eyebrow or a hood trim at the top. The front door had one that, when I bought the house, was partly destroyed. I'm able to recreate that, and you can see the slot in the siding for the accommodation of the eyebrow trim, and that'll all get restored to near original shape. So all of this, of course, takes time, and the weather is brutally hot and humid, but it'll rain, it'll cool down eventually. And so but here, working on the porch, at least I'm under the porch, so I can I'll have shade for most of the day, and if it rains but it's not windy, I can still do some work here on the porch, and then of course the columns will come out, the concrete will come out, and the porch will get restored. And hopefully that's not too far off. Maybe in the next 60 days some of that work will happen, which is just fine with me, as I say, because I'd like to get this year, before the cold weather sets in, I'd like to get it all painted, storms made, trim, finish, windows restored. And my nephew is here from California, who's going to be here. He's going to be here for hopefully a couple of months, and he and I will tackle this project. So that's it from 129 Maple Ave in Preston, Maryland. See you later.